Good morning. We are just leaving Tuolumne Meadows, heading into the backcountry. Plan A is 6 days, doing about a 90-mile loop that takes us to Northern Yosemite. We did a day hike here 8 years ago, about 20 miles down to close to
10 miles down to now.
well, yeah, 10 miles down to, what was it, waterwheel? And so that was a 20-mile day. Well, this is going to give us so much more. So it's pretty dang cold, 25 degrees right now, and we're going to have a cold night to start off with, but then it's going to warm up. So it should be perfect weather for us. We're pretty excited. First time. Not the first time we're excited. Anyway, we will see you down the trail. This is Soda Springs. It's carbonated water coming right out of a spring. It's inside this little shack kind of thing.
And there's more
right along the trail.
over here.
Yeah. Very interesting. I'm going to take the word for it and not taste it. At 6 miles down. Nice, Andy. Doing a little foot maintenance, a few stretches, and we still got a long day ahead of us. But boy, that Tuolumne River, that gave us quite a show. First snow. We've reached Miller Lake. Fortunately, Miller Lake is not 14.8 miles from the trailhead, it's 18 miles. So we're not going to reach our destination today, it looks like. Time to replan. Well, we stopped at Miller Lake, got all freshened up, and now we're going to take the next campsite we see, because we don't see one here.
How far have we come?
We've come 18 miles.
18 miles.
Yeah, on a 16-mile day, and we're about 3 miles short of our destination. I think my math was off just a little.
We just need camp. I'm really tired.
Yep, time for plan B. Here we go. Good morning. Welcome to plan B. We're just leaving. We found a camp up by Miller Lake, up above the lake. And
after we went 18 miles instead of 16 miles.
yeah, that's the, yeah, we told you that last night though. You know, I had mapped everything out using Google Earth, and Google Earth miles are like way off. It's supposed to be 16 miles to a Matterhorn Canyon, which is still 3 miles away, 2.5 miles away, not sure. So we were planning on doing 5 16-mile days and then finish with the 9. If that really means 5 20s, finish by a 12, it's like, nah, we're old, we're falling apart, we can't do that. So plan B. I found another route, takes us to Rogers Canyon instead of Jack Main Canyon, and we'll see, because I didn't exactly scope that one out. If it turns out to be more of a route than a trail, then I guess we'll reverse course and head back the other way, but we will just see what life brings us today. Be flexible, right?
That's right.
Okay, we'll see you down the trail. It's almost like a work of art.
Amazing.
This canyon really opens up now, doesn't it? There's a drop off.
Yeah, big drop off.
Moving on. We've reached our first stream crossing. Pretty big river, and got well below freezing last night. So an early morning plunge into the river. It's kind of cold. Is it cold?
Yeah, it's cold.
Onward and upward. We're on a big climb right now up to Benson Pass. Well, we gave up on changing our shoes every time because there's just way too many water crossings. It's early in the day, it's supposed to be nice and warm. They'll just dry out, right? Looks like the Easter Island folks made their way up in the Sierras. This is steeper than it looks on film. We've got like a mile to go to get to the pass. Benson Pass. We made it. Looks like some interesting stuff over there on the other side. That's the canyon we came up. Boy, it seemed to take forever. We made it to Medburg Lake.
Oh.
It's real beautiful. It's gorgeous actually. But on the other side, it's very swampy with a lot of mosquitoes. You can see how it'd be popular. This is really gorgeous. And here's our cutoff. It's the last of the PCT. Now we're going on a much more faint trail. Hopefully it actually gets us through the Pape Valley sign. The sign says it does. So good luck to us. Well, we finished coming up a very steep, mostly unmaintained trail up to the pass. This looks interesting. There's Roger Lake. Oh, that is gorgeous.
Yeah, nice.
Wow. Look, it goes on too.
Yeah.
It's a big lake.
Oh, wow, it's a lot bigger than I thought.
Wow. That's beautiful. This is lower Roger Lake. We couldn't really get to upper Roger Lake. This is stunning. Don't you think so?
Yes, beautiful.
And by the looks of the trail, we've seen no signs of anybody coming in so far this year, and maybe they did, but there was enough snow and everything. It hasn't been recent. There's no tracks. So it's amazing there's a place like this in a national park where we are the only ones here. This is stunning. These are some pretty big fish. So things have gotten really ugly for us. We're surrounded by mosquitoes, just swarmed. And we've had to cross this river, lost the trail. We are not making good time at all. Then we got this little adventure. Well, we safely made it to camp. Did a little over 15 miles today. Some of those were pretty hard miles. We're in a beautiful canyon here. And just had dinner. Getting ready for bedtime. And we've got our first little glimpse down there of Grand Canyon of the Tuolumne. We'll be heading tomorrow. And so we'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning. We're leaving Rogers Canyon, which had a lot of highlights and a few lowlights. We're going down to Pate Valley, which is down in the Grand Canyon of Tuolumne. When I say down, I mean down. We're going to lose about 4,000 feet. So we've first got to get out of this unmaintained trail, and then we'll be taking a lot of stairs for the rest of the day. Well, at least the rest of the morning. So we will see you down the trail. Some of these ponderosas are just huge, and they're gorgeous trees. Got these great big pine cones coming off them. We left the Rogers Canyon Trail. We're back on the main trail that we were going to be coming back on after going up to Jack Main Canyon. And so we haven't seen anybody since Benson Pass yesterday. It's been rather nice. There's some bear scat. We know they're up here. We've been doing quite a bit of trail maintenance on the way down. Coming down through a few eco zones. Manzanitas, first ones we've seen of these. Come down through a bunch of oaks. Getting warmer. There's a very big rattlesnake. Huge. Look at the number of rattles. That's an old snake. Wow. He's got to be 6 feet, maybe. 5 to 6 feet.
Yeah, he's long. And he didn't rattle. He didn't give us any warning.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet if I stretch him out, he's probably 5.5. Well, it's one of those trail maintenance things we can't clear out. Trail goes right under that. Trying to push us way through the underbrush.
Over there?
No, it's back that way. Can you get under that?
I'm gonna have to.
Dang it.
I'm gonna have to crawl.
That is a barrier. Yeah, you're gonna have to get on your knees. This is a good shot of you though. This must be the trail, because there's a sign, but not very friendly. So we reached the trail junction. I could see how people could miss this trail going that way because that tree fell right over the sign. No wonder nobody had come up through there.
Yeah, no wonder there was nobody on the trail.
All right, we are probably going to come just short of Waterwheel Falls, but we'll see how it goes. But it's a lot warmer down here. I'd show you where we came down from, but the cliffs are all blocked by trees. Well, we made it to the Tuolumne River. 4,400 foot coming down, kind of hard on the body, but soaking our toes.
7.5 miles. Oh,
7.5, yeah, we got another 10.5 to go to get to Waterwheel, but we'll see if we want to go that far. This feels very nice. Second rattlesnake. Well, what I thought was a leisurely walk along the river is this huge series of big climbs, followed by drops and more climbs. We're gonna be doing this much climbing. We've come way up over the river. We gotta go over these cliffs to get to the other side apparently. This is much tougher than I thought. And we're not making very good time. All right, time to start whining and keep climbing. Well, friends, we made it to the top of the cliffs. That's the canyon we're going to go up, but now we got to go down to the river before we run out of water. We made it over that hill. Boy, that was rough. These are sugar cone tines. Let's give you a scale. I'll put my size 12 next to it. Pretty big. To Waterwheel Falls. This is just below Waterwheel Falls. It's actually right up there. 17.5 miles, and this day kicked the bar butts. But at least we made it to the falls. And more good news. My campsite was taken that I wanted, so we kept going. And here we are, tucked away in the trees. End of a long day. Good morning. Actually, it's not that good. Last night, got into camp feeling nauseated. I wasn't able to eat dinner, and it just got worse and worse, and I was up all night with a serious stomach bug. I don't think it's Giardia because we filter all our food, but boy, I think it was probably something I ate. Now we're not leaving till 9 o'clock. We've got a 7-mile climb, a bunch of rocks. It's gonna be rough. We were wondering if we were ever gonna get out of camp at all. Time to just push through, right? Sandy's carrying all the heavy stuff. God bless her. She's back there somewhere. See you up the trail. made it back to Glenalyn, and it's about 3:30. It's been taking us all day because this guy is sick as a dog. Been resting forever. I can't remember how long it took us to go that far. We've got another 2-mile climb, and then 4 miles of flat. Back to the car at this rate by dark. So we will see you up the trail. Almost done. Well, we're on the home stretch, the flat shady part, and you know, the first lesson from this trip is to not trust somebody's map on all trails for distance. Do a little bit more homework, but it was actually kind of fortunate that we went to a plan B, or I would have gotten sick way in the backcountry. So, you know, every trip has its highlights and lowlights, and this was certainly one of those trips. We really saw some beautiful country, but yeah, yesterday afternoon started getting wheezy, couldn't really eat, and so I didn't have dinner last night, and then it got really bad. It's like I could hardly go out of the tent without feeling like I was going to pass out. Sandy put up with all those shenanigans all night, and so she hasn't had a whole lot of sleep either. And this morning it was light, and I still wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get out of the tent, but sorry, I'm getting emotional. But my wife's a superhero. The sacrifices she did to get me out of that canyon, and yeah, I'm dealing with a lack of food right now, so that's adding to my emotion, I'm sure, but I married the right woman. She carried all the heavy stuff in her pack, and since we cut it short and we hadn't been eating, we had a lot of food in that bear canister. And she took all the heavy stuff. My pack is the lightest I've ever carried a pack, and still feels heavy. But yeah, I married the right woman. Anyway, I've blubbered on enough here. I appreciate you watching our videos, and we will see you on the next hike. One additional note on this little stomach bug. We always filter our water, so it's unlikely Giardia. And after finishing with a cat hole, we always wash our hands very carefully with bar soap. And the trail food we have, a lot of it's prepackaged stuff. We've got one item in our trail mix that might be suspect. Sandy started feeling woozy at Glenalyn, so she's hurried on to the car before it starts to hit full bore, if it's the same thing. She's curious. We can't really figure it out. Anyway, thought I'd throw that in.